Okay, so in one of my recent videos I was talking about Nintendo getting sued. However, now I'm talking about Nintendo doing the suing. It wasn't so long ago that Nintendo was suing people for various ROM sites. But they're one of those companies who's well known for getting serious when it comes to protecting their brands and their copyrights. Basically, it's been reported that a man in Orange County, California is being sued by Nintendo. The man whose name I'm probably about to butcher, Mikel Euskaldunak, was apparently taking Nintendo Switch consoles and modifying them using the hacking tools which came out at the start of this year. And he was modifying them to run homebrew software, filling them up with games and selling them. And this goes against the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and that's why Nintendo can obviously take him to court. But his troubles didn't end there, because he was also modifying the NES Classic Edition consoles, basically ramming like 800 ROMs on them and then selling them. Now, modifying the consoles is one thing, but shoving them full of ROMs that he doesn't own the rights to, that's a whole other problem. Not only is this of interest because of this one guy, but also anybody who follows the video game sort of news sites and world will know that the rapper Soulja Boy, him of that Crank That fame, recently released his Soulja Game handheld and Soulja Game console, both of which come with hundreds of games for a variety of consoles on them. All sorts of stuff: Neo Geo, Sega Genesis, or for the UKers like me, Mega Drive. But importantly, SNES, NES and Game Boy Advance. So it's interesting to think and ponder, have Nintendo caught wind of this yet? And will he be next? Apparently this guy isn't the only person they're after though. There's another few unnamed defendants. So at the moment, as far as what Nintendo seeks, it's arguing that this guy's operation dilutes its trademarks and he wants to have the court bar the guy from making or distributing modified systems. Now the interesting thing for me is, if he'd modified the systems but not put the games on them, would Nintendo still have gone after him? Would they still have had a leg to go after him? Anyway, it's not surprising that this lawsuit's happening. You know, Nintendo have had a pair of emulation sites shut down. They went after a go-karting company that was mimicking Mario Kart. You know, whatever you think, they're going to protect their brand. They don't want other people making money out of them, especially not through selling software that they don't have rights to. This is going to be an interesting one to watch unfold. The truth is though, this guy is far from the only one to be doing this. Discount the big thing like Soulja Boy and look at the small game. And my local Christmas market just down the road from where I worked had a guy with a massive stall with Chinese knockoff Super Nintendo minis. They reminded me of the Cool Baby ones you see online, but I'm not entirely sure because I only got a brief glance at them. But he was proudly displaying big boards saying what games they'd got on them. No shyness whatsoever. I could see that they'd got this kind of Mega Drive pin adapters for the joypads to go into, but then the joypads looked like a very cheap SNES pad. But you know, he was brazenly doing that, and I'm sure in shopping centres and markets across, you know, England, America, there was loads of people like this. You know, you can get these Chinese knockoff units, if you know where you're looking, for next to nothing. And while somebody that's quite internet savvy might be able to find them, uneducated parents and grandmas and stuff might not know that the units they're being charged £40 for on this stall are cheaper online, and they might not actually know just how illegal they sort of are. So I'm sure lots of little kids up and down the line probably ended up with them under the tree. But, you know, Nintendo can't find everybody. And I actually find equipment like these knockoff clone consoles quite interesting. I've picked up a few NES clones and stuff in my times just to have a play about with. So I wouldn't really want them to find everybody. But one thing I do know, it'll be interesting to watch, but I certainly wouldn't want to be on the other side of that courtroom against the big N. Okay, thank you for listening and keep on gaming.